Welcome to Learning for Knowledge channel. Today we will continue with the nomenclature of hydrocarbons. In this part 2 we will describe the nomenclature of alkenes and alkynes. This lecture is again useful for the students who are studying in A level second year FSC grade 12 of the chemistry. Now, as you know that alkenes are the acyclic hydrocarbons which contain one carbon to carbon double bond, and it is the second homologous series in hydrocarbons, and the general formula for this series is CnH2n. Now, due to presence of carbon-carbon double bond, which is one bond is sigma bond and one is pi bond, they are said to be unsaturated. The name of alkenes end with the "ene", that is, when we replace the A and E from alkane and we will put E and E, then it become alkenes and it must have one double bond. Now, another unsaturated acyclic compounds are alkynes, and in this series there must be a one triple bond must be present in a compound, and its general formula is CnH2n-2. Now, due to presence of this carbon-carbon triple bond, there is unsaturated. Now, two pi bond and one sigma bond are present in these compounds, and they are named as alkyne. That is, when we replace ANE with YNE, then it becomes alkynes. Now, what are the rules governed for the naming of these compounds? Now, first of all, we will discuss the names of alkenes. Now, naming unsaturated aliphatic alkenes, we have to focus on already discussed rules for the naming of alkanes, and only first thing is we will replace the ANE with ENE, like from ethane to ethene. Now, because there is a one double bond present, so its name is ethene, or due to presence of one double bond, the name of propane has been changed to propene. First rule, as we already know that name the parent hydrocarbon by locating the longest carbon chain that contains the double bond and name it according to the number of carbons with the suffix "-ene". Now, for example, this is the example. We will locate longest carbon chain. This is the longest carbon chain and it has 4 carbon atoms, so its name comes out to be buta. Now, because due to presence of this double bond, instead of saying butane, we will write it butene, and we will also mention the position of double bond, so its name is 1-butene. There is another example. Now, this, if we look in this compound, in this structure, then first of all we will locate the longest chain. If we will locate the longest chain, this start from here, this and this. It contains 6 carbon atoms, but if we look in detail, we can easily see that there is no double bond present in this chain, which is starting from here and end here. The double bond is present on the other side, so we will ignore the longest chain which does not contain any double bond. So we will again looking in the chain, we will select this chain, and this group is treated as a substituent, which is methyl. So its name is pentene, not hexene, as it seems that it has 6 carbon atom, but no, due to presence of this carbon-carbon double bond, we will take this as a parent chain and it become pentene. The second rule is number the carbons of the parent chain, so the double bond carbons have the lowest possible number. That is, carbon atom with the double bond must be given the lowest number. This is very simple example, and we have a long chain which contains 6 carbon atoms. We can number from left to right or right to left, but if we will start numbering from left to right, the double bond will be at 4th position, but if we will start numbering from right, double bond's position is on 2nd. So we will select the numbering from right to left, and its name become 2-hexene. 2 stands for the position of double bond. and if the double bond is equidistant from each end number, so the first substituent has the lowest number. What this mean? This is another example of hexene. Now the double bond comes at third position, whatever side we will start numbering, it comes on third position. So if this is the situation, then we will see for a substituent, and now the substituent is present on this place. So if we will start numbering from left to right, the substituent will get second number. So instead of numbering from right to left, we will start from left to right, and its name become 2-methyl 3-hexene. Now this is another other example of numbering. Now after we have select the longest chain, we will decide it from which side we will start numbering, then write the full name, numbering the substituents according to their position in the chain, and list them in alphabetical order. What this means? That if there are more than one substituents, then we will give them number according to their alphabetical order. Like ethyl will come before methyl and butyl will come before ethyl. Now, if more than one double bond is present, indicate their position by using the number of first carbon of each double bond and use the suffix diene for double bond, triene for three double bond, and tetraene for 4 double bonds. Now, these are the examples: 1,4 pentadiene and 1,3 pentadiene. Now, these are the two different compounds because although they both contain double bond, but their positions are different. These are some other examples which we already discussed, and now I did not write the name of the structure, but now I will explain you that we will select this chain, either this chain, whatever we will select, it contains 4 carbon atom. But now next question is from where we will start numbering. If we will start numbering from left to right, double bond is numbered at 2, while the methyl group, which is substituent, get the number or position at 3. Now if we will start numbering from this side, right to left, there will be no change in the position or numbering of the double bond, but instead of 3 number, we will get second position of the carbon methyl group. So its name become 2-methyl 2-butene or 2-methyl buta-2-ene. Now if we look on this example, we will select the longest chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the longest chain which contain double bond, and there is one substituent which is ethyl. Now if we will start numbering from left to right, there the position of the substituent is 3 and double bond is 3. But if we will start numbering from right side 1, 2, then double bond position change and it comes on second number, while the ethyl position is same, unchanged. So its name will be 3-ethyl 2-pentene due to 5 number. In this case, although we have same number of carbon, same number of hydrogen, but double bond position is changed. Now its name become 3-ethyl 1-pentene. Now after this we will discuss the alkyne nomenclature. Similar way, just think about the triple bond in place of double bond. So and name will be changed from ene to ine. So Y and E, like ethine, it has one triple bond. Similar numbering way, we will select the parent hydrocarbon by locating the longest carbon chain, like, and then suffix ine, like propyne, butane, etc. Number 2, number the carbons of the parent chain, so the triple bond carbons have the lowest possible number, like this. So triple bond must be at the lowest number. Instead of numbering from left to right, we will start right to left, as triple bond is at third position. If we will start from left to right, it comes on 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth position. So it is not right. So this is the way of the numbering, keeping in view the triple bond. If the triple bond is equidistant from each, and as I already described this in the alkene case, so if the double bond position is similar, whether we will start from left side or right side, then we will check or we will find the substituent. So write the full name, numbering the substituent according to their position in the chain, and list them in alphabetical order, like this way: 5-methyl hex 3-ine or 5-methyl 3-hexyne. So if more than one triple bond is present, we will indicate it their positions and write it diene, tri or tetraene, like 2-butene or 1-heptene. These are some examples. This is another 3-methyl 1-ine. You can see there are two ways of writing these names: 3-methyl but 1-ine or 3-methyl 1-butene. Both are correct, but if there are two triple bond present, then we will maybe write it like 3-methyl 1,3-butadiene or 3-methyl 1,2-diene. So basically you can see that in principle all the series have the same basic principle for nomenclature, just by changing their functional group or the number of bonds. For example, in alkanes all are single bonds, so there will be no confusion, no difficulty. But when we have double or triple bond present, we have to search for the longest chain which contain maximum number of double or triple bond, and ignoring the other things. There are some other sub rules which we should also consider during the numbering or nomenclature. The main chain, first is the main chain is the one containing the maximum number of multiple bonds, as I already described. If more than one such chain is found, the longest chain is chosen as the main chain. For example, if we have 2 or 3 chains and longest chain, so what we have to do is we will look for the double bond or triple bond and then choose the longest chain. If the chains has equal length, all chains has equal lengths, the one with most substituent. Like if we have 3 chains in a compound and they are equal and each chain contains one double bond or triple bond, so we will look for substituent. The chain which has more substituents, we will select them. After this I will explain this example of numbering, how to write correct or number or wrong number. This is an example, first example. Now this chain contains first of all 6 carbon atom, 2 double bond and 1 triple bond. This is a mixed case, but if you look in this case, it becomes very easy to understand all these things. So from where we should start numbering? Like first of all we will discuss the way wrong numbering way. If we will start from triple bond, it will get position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now because there are 2 double bond present, so we will prefer in this case double bond. So because only one triple bond is present, so just at this moment we will prefer 2 double bonds. So we will start numbering so that double bond get the lowest number. So from right to left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this number, this is a 6 member carbon, so it's hexa 1,3 dash 5 dash ine. So in this name we completely describe the positions and number of double bond present. So 2 double bonds, so diene, and 1 triple bond, so ine, 5 ine, hexa 1,3 diene 5 ine. Another example, when now we have 2 triple bond 2 and 1 double bond. So what is the right way of numbering again? Now if we will start numbering from this way, 1 2 3 4 5 6, or other way is 1 2 3 4 5 6. Although there are two triple bond, but still we have a double bond, so we will prefer the numbering from double bond. Remember this thing. So 1 2 3 4 5 6, its name is Higgs 1-ene, only one double bond, and 3,5 diene. Now there is another classical example which contain only one double bond and one triple bond. Now look, if we will start numbering from left to right, double bond will get position second and this get position fourth. But if we will start numbering from right to left, triple bond is at first position and double bond at its third position. So in this case we will prefer as the lowest numbering, although in above example we prefer the numbering, we prefer double bond, but because double bond is at lowest number, now in this case if we will prefer double bond, it will get second number, and if we will prefer triple bond, it will prefer first, so it will get the first position. So we will write pent 3-ene 1-ine. So after looking in this example, although we will prefer double bond for numbering if it is at the lowest position, lowest numbering, but if triple bond gets lowest numbering, then we will prefer that. If both have the same position, like in second example, we can start from here. Triple bond also gets first number, but we will prefer double bond. Now up till now we have discussed the things that we were making the structure. We have given the structure and we are making the names, we are writing the names. Now the situation become opposite. Now we have given a name and we will have to make a structure. So this is opposite way. Like if we recall that whenever we writing the formula from the given name, we will focus, what we are focused on, three things. Number one, parent or root name, it indicates the longest carbon chain. Then suffix, it shows the nature of chain, that is saturated or unsaturated. And prefix, it shows the substituents. Like previous page, we are now talking about, previously we have the structure and we have to write the name. Now we have the name and we have to write the structure. So this is the example in question. This is the name, 3-methyl but 1-ene or 3-methyl 1-butene. Now we will draw the structure from this name. So first of all we will focus on these three things: parent, root name, suffix and prefix. So but, buta, penta, hexa or but, pent, prop, these are the root name which shows number of carbons. So but is stand for 4 carbons, comes from butane, 4 carbon chain. Then we will look at the suffix. Suffix shows ene, so it contains double bond. How much or how many double bond? Only one, because there is 1-ene, no di, tri, tetra ene are present. So 1-ene, that means the double bond is present at first position, first carbon. Then 3-methyl, this is the prefix, and substitute that methyl group is present at third carbon. So how we will write the structure? Again, these steps I have summarized, that buta stand for 4 carbon and ene for from alkene and 3-methyl substituent. So we write the hydrocarbon structure as this: 1 2 3 4. So we write 4 carbons, then put double bond on first position, and at third position we will write the methyl group, and then we will complete the valency by putting the hydrogen. Like in this case, when we have double bond, so this carbon required 2 hydrogen, this carbon required 1 hydrogen, this carbon required only 1 because it already connected with 3 other carbons, and now this carbon required hydrogen, 3 hydrogen, because there is only one carbon carbon bond is present. So in this way we can write the structure from the name. So you can do yourself practice both ways, like write the name of the organic compound from the structure, or from structure, if you have given the name you can write the structure. So in this way you can practice, and remember, if you have a good grip on this nomenclature topic, you can easily understand the organic chemistry, not organic but further biochemistry and advanced studies related with organic chemistry. So this is all about the nomenclature of hydrocarbons, and in the next lecture we will further continue with the hydrocarbon topics. And keep touch with us and wait for our next lecture. Thank you very much.